You might have a swollen, uncomfortable, bloated belly. Often people think that someone might even be pregnant, but that's not true. It turns out that a condition called leaky gut syndrome has affected a large part of the population. The foods we are eating are making our gut leaky, inflaming it, filling it with air, and nobody finds a solution. So in today's video, we're going to discuss the most indicative symptoms that you are suffering from a leaky gut and how you can naturally and effectively reverse this health problem. A warm greeting to everyone. I am Dr. Agustin Landivar, naturopath, acupuncturist, conventional doctor, and founder of drlandivar.com. On this channel, as a conventional doctor, I treat my patients through natural medicine, homeopathy, and acupuncture before resorting to the use of pharmaceutical drugs. Therefore, if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing and make sure to press the little bell icon down below to receive all notifications and be the very first to watch our new videos. If you need an online consultation or high-quality supplements for your specific health condition, please visit drlandivar.com and make sure to stay until the very end of this video where I will share some valuable tips and related videos on this important topic. Leaky gut syndrome, believe it or not, is a very common condition nowadays. It turns out that the foods we are consuming are actually causing us a significant problem. They are extravasating into the internal intestinal walls, so to speak, and are inflaming those walls, causing the body to completely reject them. This often makes us not understand why our stomach gets bloated after eating even the slightest thing, perhaps even in our daily lives. We go to a doctor and they can't solve the problem. We go to another, they run tests, and there's no way to discover what the person has because they could very well be suffering from a leaky gut syndrome. So in today's video, I will reveal the most important symptoms that indicate you are suffering from leaky gut syndrome and how you can reverse this health problem naturally and effectively. Before continuing, don't forget that on drlandivar.com there are supplements for this condition. There's GI Balance, Kirkland Health, Probilion, and D enzymes from Finland, all available at drlandivar.com. That said, please don't forget to give this video a like, and with that, let's continue. Number 1, abdominal bloating. Many times our stomach hurts, it gets swollen and bloated after eating even the smallest amount of food that we might try or consume in our daily lives. Especially during the festive holiday season, perhaps at the year's end or even mid-year, depending on a birthday celebration that might come our way, we often discover that consuming certain foods causes us excessive inflammation. In this case, the body might be suffering from leaky gut syndrome, where food, which cannot be digested because of some unnatural matter, ends up entering between the intestinal walls, inflaming them and the gut lining, causing precisely what the name itself indicates, the permeability of your intestine. If this is the case, the first and only thing to do is to remove or eliminate that food that is causing the problem for you. You need to follow an elimination diet. You must completely eliminate and remove the food that is likely causing this condition and ensure that your intestine can properly heal, can reverse the situation, and can truly find peace with your food and with your overall state of health. If you need a quality supplement that can truly help with this condition, look for Probilion from Finland at drlandivar.com. Number 2, you get bloated with gas. When we are unable to properly digest our food, perhaps due to a lack of essential enzymes or beneficial probiotics, or if our intestines are simply not functioning as they should, then the undigested food can ferment, leading to the production of gases that quite often people find themselves unable to fully comprehend. If you have a leaky gut, then also, in addition to that, don't forget that those proteins and carbohydrates or other foods that you are consuming can actually pass through and permeate inside your intestine. If that occurs, you'll simply produce gas, you'll become bloated, you'll find yourself in a situation where you can't comprehend why you're generating so much flatulence, and the only way to truly resolve it again is by eliminating the foods that are causing you harm. Eliminate genetically modified foods, eliminate all dairy products, milk, cheese, yogurt, and everything else. Foods that are heavy to digest like lentils, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and many others that you will discover only and solely when you experiment with the food you are consuming. If you need a high-quality supplement to improve your digestion and prevent the formation of gas, enhancing all your intestinal health, look for D-enzymes and GI balance from Finland at drlandivar.com. Number 3, anemia or malnutrition. If the intestine is inflamed, it's filling with food that obviously gets lodged between the intestinal walls, then it cannot fulfill its function. That inflammation, that filling with liquid and gases, prevents your intestine from absorbing the nutrients, the vitamins, and especially the iron needed to form blood. Quite often your doctor might take a blood test and discover that you are anemic and immediately gives you a vitamin B12, believing that's the solution. Be careful, it might not be. It's possible that what you have is a permeable intestine, and the only way to truly resolve this is by correcting your digestion, repairing the intestinal lining so that the digestive organ itself can properly absorb the iron, the vitamins, the nutrients, and everything healthy that you are consuming. If you are in need of a truly high-quality supplement designed to ensure your intestines can effectively absorb vital nutrients, reduce inflammation, and significantly improve conditions such as anemia or malnutrition, then search for Finland's multivitamin at drlandivar.com. Number 4, issues with diarrhea or constipation. If you're not having a bowel movement at least once a day and you find yourself waiting 2 or 3 days to relieve yourself when the urge arises, it's quite possible that you are experiencing constipation. But if, on the contrary, you also suddenly from time to time experience bouts of diarrhea, along with stomach pains and general discomfort, it might actually be that instead of constipation, what you have is a leaky gut syndrome. It's very common to see that when the intestine can't control inflammation or bad digestion, the first thing it resorts to is trying to change intestinal motility, speeding it up, slowing it down, adding more water, removing it, adding more enzymes, more bacteria, whatever it takes to solve the problem. And it turns out that's not the solution. The problem is your diet, unhealthy eating, genetically modified foods, dairy, inflammation, and it all has to do with what you're putting in your mouth. So be very careful, go to the root cause, eliminate the problem from its very root, sever that root of that tree that is causing you problems regarding your mental health, psychological well-being, circulatory system, heart condition, or diabetes, or any other ailment you may have, because your overall health truly begins in your gut. If you need a quality supplement to reduce inflammation in your intestines and help you have more regular and healthier bowel movements, then look for Quatrium Health, GI Balance, and Probilant from Phylum at drlandivar.com. Number 5, intolerance to many foods. Nowadays, it's very common to suffer from a food intolerance, especially with all the junk they're feeding us. Corn is no longer corn, soy is no longer soy. All of the food products that we are consuming, especially those that come pre-packaged and also canned, are all genetically modified organisms. The body is not accustomed to consuming a food whose DNA and genetic material have been altered, completely destructured. Our bodies have adapted over thousands of years to a specific diet, and suddenly we are completely changing the absorption of these unnatural foods. This is where food intolerances appear, allergies, inflammatory problems, and immune system issues that have gone haywire because obviously we have a leaky gut. Unknown proteins make their way in there. They penetrate the intestinal walls, causing your stomach to become inflamed. You appear pregnant, but in reality, what you're experiencing is a dietary problem that we often don't want to resolve because it requires just a little bit of effort. So eliminate the foods, remove those foods that are causing you intolerance. Make certain that you are eating healthy foods, foods that are truly organic, grown in genuine natural soil with real and authentic fertilizers that do not contain any pesticides, that are free from any toxic substances, and no kind of nourishment that could be completely damaging to your entire body system. And don't forget to like this video, sharing it with your friends so they're informed about the topic. If you have any doubts or questions, leave your comment below and I will gladly answer it. If you need quality supplements for your illness or an online consultation, visit drlandivar.com. And right here in the other videos on the topic, you will find valuable information that can help prevent a serious illness in the future. We'd like to thank you for attending, and we hope to see you again soon.